Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today's video is a deep one packed with powerful clips that speak to the times we're living in. You don't have to look far to see that something is shifting. Babylon is falling, the veil is lifting, hidden things are coming to light, and the first are starting to become the last, just like it is written. It's like 2025 is the year the curtains are being pulled back. This is the year where what was once done in darkness is being dragged into the light. You hear from a young lady who calls 2025 the year of galactic interference patterns. She's in the better position to explain that. Then there's a brother who warns of coming plagues, and another voice shows us how history is repeating itself right before our eyes. And one more powerful clip features a sister breaking down what she calls a destiny swap, how what was done to black people is now returning to those who orchestrated it. And it's not just black folks saying this. Palm color people are starting to see it too. Some of them are even stepping up to educate others, educate themselves, because the truth is just that undeniable now. Well, let's just say this video is a total package, raw, real, eye-opening. So make sure you stick around, watch this video up to the very end. I'll come back at the end of this video to give my own 2 cents. Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Let's watch this.
Told y'all we in the times of the great separation, or what I like to call the divine reversal. This is where the ones who led with their heart and got dragged for is standing on business now. The ones who led with their ego being ugly and nasty, they about to be humbled real quick. The ones who led with love, empathy, compassion. The ones who cried in silence. The ones who overextended themselves. The ones who prayed for folks who prayed on their downfall. Yeah, these the people that's getting upgraded in real time. Sensitivity in your heart was never a weakness. Think of it as like training. Led people like myself been on the battleground getting jumped. Do you hear me? But we still chose grace. We built for this shit. Meanwhile, y'all ego-driven ones, the ones who always want to manipulate, dominate, think you getting the last word, you about to realize just how much that strategy ain't gonna work because the frequency done shifted. Spirit does not care about how many followers one has, how loud your damn bark is, because that's all it is, a bark, or how many spells you think you know. What the universe is demanding right now is heart currency, something a lot of y'all lack. The universe is not looking for performance, not hustle, not smoke and mirrors, just heart. If you still got malicious intention, you better clean up your act, and I mean fast. If you think you can bypass soul work because you think you know how to read energy, which is mighty funny because you can't read yourself, if the energy not pure, the intention is gonna rot. This is what the great shift really is. The heart-led are rising. Ego-led are being set all the way down. As wild as the roses flipping so fast, people don't even realize the assignment change. You're either gonna evolve or you're gonna get exposed. Ain't no in between. Ego been loud for years. The heart is now taking the mic. You could get right or get left. That's what Spirit told me. Y'all let me know your thoughts in them comments. As always, peace, love, and light, and gratitude for watching.
The year of exposure just got deeper. 2025, the year that America get put up under the microscope. I thought it was gonna be celebrity gossip. That's what everything was gonna be exposed, celebrity news. But no. It's deeper than that. As if finding out McDonald's burgers got so many chemicals in it that they don't even age. They last forever. As if finding out all the food on the shelves got so many chemicals in them that they unaliving us slowly but surely. Now we got night soil. I can't believe this one. This one is just, this is bonkers. This is outrageous. This is unethical. Night soil? Of all things, night soil. Look up what night soil is. Like, if they ain't put enough shit in our mouth and telling us that it's sweet, the government don't care about none of the people. Nobody. Night soil.
Here's why it's gonna happen fast. Because the more they delay, the plagues are gonna come on this country as well as Europe. So what's gonna happen is, I have no doubt they're gonna try to drag their feet. But because God is the one who is pushing this to go through, if they try to drag their feet, watch and see don't the plagues come that they've never seen before. And the only way they're gonna sign these bills fast is because they want these plagues to ease up. That's what we're about to see.
Can I say something that might ruffle some feathers? And please debate me on this if you're an intelligent person. I'm open to debates. I'm sure we all are familiar with the term history repeats itself, but are we really paying attention to how much that shit correlates to what's going on around us right now? I want to talk about environmental racism and just how much people are playing in our faces. And I got my notebook here because I want to make sure that I hit on every topic I want to talk about in this video. If you don't understand the severity of environmental racism, I'm going to share with you a couple of fun facts that I found. So, did you know that the greatest determinant of your life expectancy is your zip code? Stay with me. And minority communities have historically been targeted by discriminatory housing policies. For example, redlining. And if you don't know what redlining is, don't worry, I'm going to get into it. Redlining was a practice that began in the 1930s when the government graded areas from A to D, A being the best, D being hazardous. Of course, you can already see where I'm going with this. Black and immigrant neighborhoods almost always being labeled hazardous, outlined in red, which birthed the term redline. The Fair Housing Act outlawed this practice in 1968, but the impacts are still felt in our communities today. And I'm gonna give you some examples of that. Because minority communities were deemed as less desirable, they often ended up near factories, warehouses, highways, landfills, and waste sites. So when we're talking about the data center that was built in South Memphis in a predominantly Black neighborhood already dealing with industrial pollution, and when we talk about Georgia Power seeking to build and expand power plants in predominantly Black neighborhoods, and when we talk about Africatown, Alabama, and how the whole city is surrounded by industrial and chemical plants, and how all those areas plus more have a significantly lower life expectancy and a significantly higher rate of people prone to health risk. We have to address that this isn't something new. This is not a new issue. This is a pattern of prioritizing profits and convenience over the health and well-being of our communities. Why do they continue to think that they can get away with this? I'm gonna tell you why. Government officials, corporations, city planners, they assume that the residents of these communities lack the political education and the power to fight back. So, with that being said, we have to educate ourselves on these different things that are happening around us. This is not the time to go and be oblivious to what the hell is going on around you, because that's how they come up. Did you know that the people in Memphis didn't even know that a data center was being built until after it already got built? If you live in Georgia, did you know that right by Creekside High School and Bear Creek Middle School is a landfill? Did you know that? Did you know that there are meetings being held where you can go and you can voice your opinion? So imagine if we had the numbers and we all showed up to those meetings voicing our opinions. The power is in the numbers. Our ancestors know that. We should know that. But first, we have to educate ourselves on what the problem even is, because if we're not aware of the problems, we're not going to be aware of what solutions we could come up with to solve said problems. So I need y'all to get a little bit more proactive about educating ourselves. I know that this is something that probably should be taught to us, but because it's not, this is something that you need to go and be proactive about and educate yourself about and educate your neighbors about and instead of talking about baddies, instead of talking about streaming university, instead of talking about all that other shit that don't even, just nothing. Y'all need to be talking about the shit that's going to affect your life right now, your kids' life, your kids' life, and stop, get in the field. That's the best thing I can say. Get in the fucking field.
What we're seeing right now in real time is the contract, the Destiny Work contract that they signed to essentially steal co-op and pillage this world for its resources, its culture, its spiritual elevation, the contract is running out. That's why they acted up. I don't know how long that contract was to be for. The Hebrew Israelites talking about is 400 years. I think, honestly, that contract was only going to last as long as black people were going to be asleep. If you haven't noticed, there has been an overwhelming exodus out of the church, okay? This isn't to say that some of y'all not going to church, okay? But there's an overwhelming exodus of black people leaving the church, as well as there is an overwhelming amount of white folks who are starting to understand the truth of what's going on. Stolen Legacy academically explains it best. That destiny swap that they did with us, it was to obtain the knowledge that it took Africans thousands of years to evolve to. There are just certain things spiritually that they just could not understand. And they were up. And here's the thing, just like right now, when are afraid, when they don't understand something, rather than sit the fuck down and calm down, they get violent. And that's exactly what they did. When they were kicked out of Egypt multiple times before y'all famous little Plato and Socrates motherfuckers came into Africa, y'all was kicked out because you were spiritually immature. You were spiritually immature. Mind you, the issue that the Africans had with y'all back then was not because of race. It was because you were so spiritually immature. If you didn't understand something, you immediately resort to violence. And here you are today, 1,000+ years later, you don't understand something and you resort to violence. The destiny swap that you've done on black folk has run its course, okay? Black people in this country resting, that right there, we are taking our own shit back. We're taking our own spirituality back. Us resting is us intentionally breaking the generational curses. We are not waiting for no savior to come and save us. That is what y'all try to lie to us, to keep us in this cycle, to keep us confeeding the destiny swap that you sign off on us. And now black people are no longer going to participate in the fuckery that y'all have installed. And now the chaos that you've created, the lies, the matrix that you've created is crumbling. And here's the thing. What scares me about y'all is that you know this is happening. Your spirit is telling you that this is happening. That's why you're upset that black people are not protesting with y'all. We're not communicating with y'all. We're not doing none of those things because you are understanding who we really are. And we are coming to understand who we really are. We are breaking our own generational curses, and y'all are not ready for that. And what I advise my black family, continue to evolve. There's a spiritual elevation that we are all taking part in. Just rest. Just rest. Stay in your home. Love on your family. Plant your gardens. Do your thing and rest. The destiny swap contract has run its course. Everything's gonna be okay.
2025 is a portal year, and here's the galactic truth no one is talking about. This year is encoded with galactic interference patterns, so these are waves of divine disruption. Earth's magnetic field is undergoing a sacred repolarization, and every moment, every soul that's needed to feel this feels it. So, you see, Earth has entered a corridor where we're not in linear time but a cosmic memory, and it isn't just a portal, it's a remembrance event in a convergence of multiple dimensional timelines collapsing into one, so that your soul can reclaim its cosmic original blueprint. Since the last harmonic convergence, since the fall of the Atlantean grid, since the dispersion of the 144,000 across time and space, we've been waiting for the moment Earth would rise and sing again. And in 2025, she is. So frequencies from the great central sun are bathing the planet right now. These aren't solar flares, they're encoded rays containing geometric intelligence from higher star systems, so such as Sirian vision and Arcturian medicine. They're not just activating randomly, they're responding to our light bodies. So, our DNA isn't just biological, it is galactic code. It's a crystalline archive of our original blueprint beyond this planet. And this year, the dormant strands, the 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th dimensional codices are waking up. You may feel this as dizziness, fatigue, a need to grieve, what you don't yet understand. It's not because you're breaking, it's because your body's becoming a conduit for starlight intelligence. And the earth herself, she's no longer tolerating distortion. Everything that was built from fear, from illusion, from manipulation must and has to collapse. That includes outdated relationships, false missions, ancestral karma, and collective delusion. So if you're feeling a sudden urgency, a deep inner pressure to change, or like you're being pulled into a vortex you can't name, you're not alone. You're standing at the threshold of your cosmic inheritance. So there's going to be 3 major frequency spikes in 2025. They're going to feel like spiritual earthquakes, moments where your guides go silent, your timelines dissolve, and your old life no longer fits. But don't panic, because these are 0-point events. They're sacred voids. If you can sit still inside the collapse, you're going to quantum leap into your highest timeline and highest self. So you're not here to survive the year, you're here to transmute it. You're not here to serve from fear, but from resonance, from frequency, from truth. You're not broken, you're ancient, and you are remembering. So 2025 isn't the end. It is the ignition of the real earth, the real you, and the real mission you've been carrying in silence for lifetimes. You're not crazy, you're cosmic.
And there you have it, family. Everything we've been sensing, everything we've been feeling in our spirit, it's real, it's happening. The times we are living in are not ordinary, they are prophetic. This is the season of unveiling, of exposure. The year 2025 isn't just a calendar number. It's a turning point, a spiritual checkpoint, a cosmetic alarm clock going off to wake up the world up from its deep manipulated sleep, I can say. The clips you've just watched aren't random. They're all part of a greater truth unfolding, one piece after another. The puzzle is coming together. Babylon is collapsing under the weight of its own lies. The system, its force structure, power structure, what was once done in secret is now screaming in the open. What used to be hidden behind walls and twisted narratives is being torn down and shown for what it really is. This is a time when the first will truly becomes last, and the last will rise to their rightful place. And it's not about revenge, it's about restoration, justice, and balance. Or let's just say time is up. It's time to retain what was taken from black folks. Their knowledge, their dignity, their divine identity, their rhyme, their peace, their birthright. For centuries, truth was stolen and replaced with lies. Power was stripped and replaced with oppression. Their history was whitewashed, their future manipulated, and their presence misunderstood. But now that illusion is falling apart. This transition we're in, make no mistake about it, it's not just political or culture. It's spiritual, it's physical, it is scientific. The shift is happening on all levels. People feel it in their bodies. I feel it. I don't know about you guys. Dreams, their minds, and in their bones. And black people across the world are starting to remember not just who they are, but what they are. Powerful, divine, ancient, chosen people. There's a reason so many black folks, black people are choosing to rest right now. Black Americans choosing to refrain from protest, staying home, choosing not to engage in the chaos, not to being participating in the protesting, not to chase validation. That is not, it's not because they're deciding to sit at home, family. that is spiritual. It is spiritual warfare. I can't say it, but I've been thinking about this for quite some time. It's like just one person said, guys, let's not do this. And everybody, it's like somehow black folks connect spiritually. I don't know what to call that. It's a spiritual thing. Okay, that is resistance. That is healing. That is their ancestors whispering, it's okay to rest now. The tide is turning. Choosing rest in a world that tried to break your back and profit from your labor is a revolutionary act. It's sacred and it's spiritual. There's nothing lazy or unmotivated about it. That's just another lie that was taught to black folks to keep them in a state of resection and burnout. And that brings me to another point. It's also time to unlearn what they were falsely taught: the miseducation, the shame, the conditioning, the limitation, the silence. They were taught to shrink themselves. They were told they weren't good enough. They were fed toxic narratives about their worth, their beauty, their intelligence, their history. But all of that is being dismantled now, brick by brick, because the truth is the system needed them to forget who they were so it could survive. But the truth of the matter is that they've never forgotten. Even if they forgot something, at least now they are remembering. And once they remember completely everything which is already happening, there's no going back. Now, this doesn't mean the process will be easy. Transitioning always comes out with discomfort. When the truth surfaces, it shakes things up. It exposes, it confronts, and it forces people to make a choice, evolve or stay stuck. But those who are awake, those who are aligned, those who are listening, they are already moving, already shifting, and already rising. They are stepping into a new era, a new consciousness, a new dimension. The illusions are cracking and the energy is being changed. So where do we go from here? We keep watching, we keep discerning, we keep resting, we keep growing, we keep reclaiming, we keep returning to our truth, to our center, to our power. The clips in this video were not entertainment, were not for entertainment. They're documentation, testimonies, warnings, confirmations, and inspiration, because what is happening around us is it's not random, it's what I can call divine. Okay, it's orchestrated and it's long overdue. Yeah. So now I want to hear from you guys. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think about this. What stood out to you in the video from the clips you've just watched? What connections did you make? What are you feeling in your spirit about this shift we're in right now? Your voice matters, like seriously. Your perspective is part of the awakening, so don't hold back, please. Drop your thoughts in the comment section down below. And most importantly, thank you so much for watching, for showing up, and thank you for staying. It's not easy to watch a video up to this time if you're watching me right now. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, go ahead, subscribe to this channel, turn on that notification bell so that every time I upload such videos, you'll be notified. And if you are enjoying such content, historical content, Black American history content, please, I would love to know more. If you've got sources like where I can get the information and all that, please let me know. Check in my about. I'm going to put my email address there. You can write to me, or you can just write it down in the comment section down below. I'll check it out. Yeah, with that being said, I'll definitely see you in my next video. Please stay peaceful.